My name is Victor. Currently work at Best Buy. I'm a car enthusiast.
Oh, fuck.
So I guess reading some books and just learning from the right kind of people, you realize like investing time is much more important, I think, than just like wasting time at work and only getting paid what they tell you you can get paid, you know what I mean?
Facts.
You just take your time, read some books, discover something you like. I say learning a few skills is definitely important, like sales is a really nice skill to learn.
Definitely. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Demario Crosby Show. This is the show to what? Be yourself and express yourself, as you all know. I have a cool-ass guest star, one of my new friends. Welcome to the family, bro, to the Demario Crosby Show.
Definitely.
My boy Victor. Tell people a little bit about yourself so they can get a little brief of who you are, bro.
Cool. My name is Victor. Currently work at Best Buy. I'm a car enthusiast.
Cool.
Born and raised in Chicago. Enjoy our place. Honestly, I think what makes me a little different, I like Bitcoin a lot. I'm into the cryptocurrency space. I think that's a lot of fun. It's all about just wanting more than just a traditional 9-to-5 job. Just trying to find something that we could do outside of work and get better at it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
As soon as I met you, I just felt the instant connection.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm like, oh, I fucking love this guy. I love this guy.
I agree.
What sparked you to start chasing your dreams? Like, when did it get to a point for you where it's just like, you know what? There's so much more than the traditional, like, 9-to-5, 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so it was definitely that while working full-time and getting out of school, I realized how long it would take for me to get what I wanted, climbing the corporate ladder, just doing everything step by step from them.
Right.
I don't like their pace. It was kind of the same thing for school. I didn't like how long it would take for me to learn something in school because I like to learn at my pace. I mean, I have ADHD. Can't speak for everybody about that, but that's just what I like to do. I like to be in control, you know? So by like taking the major step to like do stuff outside of work, you get to do that now. I mean, we have the internet. We can learn whatever we want and go on there.
Quick.
Read some books, get some recommendations, find mentors, meet other people like you, stuff like that. Just seeing, once you can put all those puzzle pieces together, like your steps towards getting to the progress you want to make, it's like easier. It's just about taking action. That's kind of the hardest thing, actually.
Yeah, action is the toughest part.
Definitely.
My next question to you, like I said, with that, I always wanted to ask you, how did you get into investing? Like, how did that get brought into your life where you're like, oh shit, like, I can do this, I can, you know what I'm saying? When did that hit you?
Sure. So my dad always used to be into trading back in the day. He used to work. That was like his main source of income back in the day. Like work for the board of trade.
Okay.
I was never into it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I always just liked math and like social sciences and stuff though. And I guess that's kind of what just inevitably led me into trading. Because when you realize that like, I mean, you just look at charts and trading. It's just like lines on a screen, but like it's just human behavior. And like it's cool to see that history repeats itself all the time, and you can just use that to your advantage.
Right.
It's really cool stuff. I got into it because some friends were into it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a tech guy because I'm a gamer. I like computers. I grew up playing Xbox, stuff like that.
Definitely.
So it takes a lot to understand, like specifically like Bitcoin and crypto, but just trading overall is a fun hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Mix that with the Bitcoin and crypto where it's like new future stuff, why it's cool and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It just was a really hot topic for me to get into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you just start... You know, at first it was like a slow progressive build, I would say. It was more so up front, oh wow, this is a lot to learn, a lot to take in.
Okay.
But then once you start to see stuff play out in front of you over time,
Mm-hmm.
you understand how like the news and like the markets work. It's really like interesting. It's weird to know that like, it's weird to know things that a lot of other people really don't know. So I think it's worth putting time into, you know?
Right. I definitely get you there.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, like I said, when I first met you, it was an instant connection. I was like, oh shit, who's this dude? This dude's pretty cool. I like this dude.
Alright.
So, like, I think it was when we first met. It was I think we started talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad book.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And we were talking about that, and we just like it started going. Would you say that book had a big impact on you?
Oh,
as an
absolutely.
individual?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to reading them again. Actually, the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this coming from me, this means a lot actually too, because I never read books in high school. Like
Yeah, me neither.
zero.
Fucking
I read one
right.
book actually, and it was fun. I don't even know why I did. I think I did it just to say I did.
Yeah.
But like, you know, getting out of school and out of college, like that's realistically the only way. Like I think reading a book saves you so much time, and it's one of the best ways to learn actually.
Yeah.
And even coming from me, like that's really rough to do. Like I'll just go through it though, because like I see the results every time I read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they're written very well, where it's like conversation based, and it lets you see both sides of a story, so you can understand where you're coming from and how to get where you want to go. They do a good job with that. I'm sure you could say the same.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
It definitely, for me,
Mm-hmm.
it was definitely a big impact because financially, man, I didn't have any of that knowledge.
Right.
Only thing I knew was to save money. If I can get what I wanted,
Right.
just keep saving. Because like I said, I had my own apartment, had a new car, everything. I had everything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this can't be it.
You know, that reminds me of something. Go ahead though, keep going.
But that's why I, after the whole like apartment situation and moved back with my parents, that's when I started to really get into the, okay, I need to do more. I need to start investing. I need to start building a business. I need to start just doing any and everything I can to get to a point where I'm fucking living life.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I guess it got to a point for me that there was more to life than what I had.
Yeah.
Basically.
And kind of going off of what you were saying, then it furthered the other question you had. Like one of the other reasons I got into it was because I remember the last time I was like quote unquote like broke, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's because like I put too much money into my car. Like half of it was because I wanted to, and the other half because I didn't want to. But you can never really prepare for all the outcomes in life. So like, and that was one of them. It was too expensive for me. And I remember being in the hole for a couple months where I just had to make payments, and I just like stuck to me. I was like, I just couldn't imagine doing that for the rest of my life, man. I was like, people do this all the time though. I don't understand. That's so stressful for me. I'm not even on my own. Like I'm still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But that was a big thing for me too. So like ever since then, you know, just a few rules you can add to your vocab to like make your life better. I would say you can't buy something unless you can buy it twice. That kind of mindset is solid, man. That was big for me, and I realize that a lot now. So yeah, I mean now I look forward to just like saving money, spending it on my future, like with essentially what investing really is, anyways. So I like doing that a lot. I think I can find joy in that. Yeah.
I like it, bro. That's a good thing you say joy, bro. Like I don't hear too many people say that, bro. People say they want to find happiness, but not like, I don't know, like
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's dope that you said that. So let's take a step back to investing. Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Every time you used to come into work, you'd be like, Bitcoin, baby! Or you would say something about Bitcoin.
It was hype.
And, like, I don't know, I really didn't know too much about Bitcoin until you came into my life, so I definitely appreciate you there, bro. So, like, can you just break it down for some people that might not know what Bitcoin is and kind of just give, like, a background, like, talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, where do I begin? I guess you could say this person named Satoshi Nakamoto invented it. Don't know if it's a guy or girl, which is also kind of cool. The fact that just some person could create something, release it, and it goes untouched. By untouched, I mean just like unstoppable for like the whole time it's been out. And essentially what it is just like it's a bunch of computers competing to solve an algorithm which releases like these coins, like Bitcoin is what we call them. Basically, why it has value is just like anything has value. It's scarcity. People just at first it comes with adoption. Like no one was using it. That's why I traded around pennies. Right. But markets go in cycles. I mean, you have these crazy uptrends and crazy downtrends. You just want to be able to catch the trend at the right time. You don't want to buy the top like the unfortunate most people do, and then they sell it at a loss or just don't have like the strength. I guess you could say the HODL term in crypto to hang on to it through the rough bear markets we have and stuff. But I like it because it's basically a new asset class. It's kind of like it's most comparable to like gold as an asset, where gold has always been used as a store of value specifically because it's like decentralized. Yeah. Anyone can own it. No one can take it from you, kind of thing. At least in Bitcoin, no one can take it from you if you hold it on your own wallet and stuff. Right. And just like year over year, even its underlying value, the yearly lows, it just gets higher and higher and higher. Only a couple times, I think it was like 2 years where we've had a dip or like something smaller than the year prior. But it just the charts are showing you the longer you hold it, the better your returns will be in the long term. So a lot of people are always so focused on the now. Oh, should I get it? Should I sell it? Should I buy it? Like you should just buy it now and just hang on to it for a long time. That's what the charts say. That's what overall the mentality has kind of been like. I see a lot of future in it. I think that's just the main one. Of course, there's plenty of other coins, but we're just going to keep it to Bitcoin for now because it gets really complicated. But yeah, no, Bitcoin's been really well. I mean, you mentioned how it was always hype at work and stuff, and it's because for the few months that you were there, it was kind of just perfect timing where we were just, on like a rocket ship up to the moon. Everyone was getting excited, and that was cool that I got to see in the store how people didn't give a shit when it was like cheap as hell, and I was telling them about it all day. But every day I kept telling them how it was going up. They kept asking me when to buy, and they didn't start really actually buying until it was like at the top. And I was like, this is really unfortunate. This is where like all the learning comes into play, and this is why you need to like spend a lot of time on something like this. Investing is not like fake for a lot of people. It's all real money we're playing with. You got to make sure you're willing to lose what you put in, stuff like that.
So with investing, would you say the hardest part is investing your time to actually know what you're doing and like really understand it, or is it like?
What's the hardest part? That's a good question. Finding the time wasn't hard for me because I definitely like doing it.
Okay.
I guess the hardest part is taking action. Same thing when it just comes to trying to strive for more in life. Like, just taking those steps is really hard. Same thing with putting your foot down and trying to buy. Like, the thing with investing or trading in general is you want to, like, have a plan of action for your entry, your exit, and stick to it. Because the more you don't stick to it, the more you're hurting yourself and losing that trust you have with your own self about making decisions. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'd rather make a decision and lose and learn from the mistake than continuously not make decisions that would have made me money or lost me money. And then you're playing this game in your head all the time. So it's just like, just do it, stick to it. The worst case scenario, if you are more of a long-term person, even if you bought it and it went cheaper, you should buy more. I mean, that's just dollar cost averages in your position, of course, if you can, stuff like that. So I guess the hardest part, I'm just gonna stick with is taking action and getting better at your methodology of playing the swings and when you trade and whatnot.
So then, dope answer.
Cool.
Love it. So I just thought of something. Mistakes.
Ooh.
Now, in school, mistake wasn't don't do that shit. You do it, you fuck up, you get an F, like, you look like a dumb student, basically.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, definitely. So, mistakes now. Do you view it a different way than how you used to?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. That's probably the biggest difference between most people, I guess, and the people that want to get towards whatever their goal is well, no matter what you want to do, you're not going to be the best at it at all. Like, so
100%.
It's like, I like the simple analogy of riding a bike. Like, no one's ever ridden a bike perfectly and not fallen off a bike, because you have to fall off a bike to know how to not fall off a bike. Very simple.
True story.
So it's the same thing when it comes to just trying to get what you want. You have to fail at it however many times it takes you to fail, and try to do it less than likely. Learn from those mistakes. That's the second failure. You can fail once, but you want to learn from the mistake in the first place, right? So I definitely look forward to those. The hard times are where the growth happens. So yeah.
It's dope.
For sure.
I think that was a part that held me back for a while. Was the fear of making a mistake.
Yeah.
And how I was just brought up to, if you make mistakes, then you look bad, and everyone look like it just doesn't look good at all.
Right.
So I think that's when the Rich Dad Poor Dad series really helped me a lot, because I was a guy that didn't want to make mistakes at all. Even when I do stand up, bro, I don't want to make mistakes. Now that my last show that I did, I bombed. I want to make all type. I want to keep bombing, bro.
Yeah, right.
Because it just opens me up more to I don't know, just really look at myself, see what I'm doing, see what mistakes I'm making, and just fix it.
Yeah.
So it's a whole weird process now. We were talking about things you love. I also know, like you said, you're into cars, fast cars, everything like that. What kind of car do you have again?
I have a Nissan 350Z. 2003, yeah.
Gotcha. So, when did that start? When did you jump in and was just you know what? I fucking love this shit, bro. Because, you have a sick car, one.
Yeah,
so,
thanks.
definitely give you that. Every time you show me cars, I just think of Fast and the Furious now. So, I don't know, he inspired me to want to get me a fast car, even though I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
That's the goal, man.
But when did that start for you, bro?
That was right out of high school, for sure, actually. Yeah. And honestly, it was a more slow build. It's kind of the same story. My family and my dad's always like cars, I guess.
Okay.
Nothing crazy though, just very on the low key side of things. They just like cars, nothing wrong with them.
Right.
My friends from high school though always just loved cars, and that was just my closest friend group. Always talked about cars, never knew anything about them. That was when I was mostly into paintball at the time, which they were kind of into as well.
Yeah.
But then you typically just do what your circle does. Circle got more into cars. I got more into cars. seeing cool cars in high school and just hearing, I just fell in love with the exhaust note for sure. I just love noise. I don't know what it is. Just hearing, yeah, right, man. Hearing the engine roar, man, whatever kind, and being able to pick them all apart, it's great. And just the styling of them and the driving experience, that's what I'm all in for. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's expensive hobby, which is another reason why I like the investing stuff. But
Yeah.
just overall, building cars is a really fun thing to do. You can create something one of one or one of however many you want to make it unique to yourself. That's another thing that's cool. You go to car meets. I don't like going to car shows. People don't know the difference, actually. Car shows are where you go to organized events. It's typically the old classics or cars very lightly modified, just, traditional stuff. But if you go to, like, car meets, you never know. You'll see something, a stock car, nothing done to it, to a car that's more expensive in modifications than the price of the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff. I like that.
Well, as you know, most of us, we work a 9-to-5 job, so 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say if you had that 40 hours cleared up throughout the week, what do you think you would, like, fill that time up with?
Oh, definitely. I think about that all the time, actually. So, number one, get out to more events, for sure. Like, specifically car events, like the ones that I couldn't make it to that are actually organized, like, on the weekends or weekdays, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those would be number one. I'd get back into, like, sports again. I play some hockey once a week, whatever it is. Roller hockey, ice hockey is cool. I want to get into fighting. That's pretty fun. I think MMA is cool. It's kind of lower on the priority list as I'm going down, but it's still something that'd be fun to do. And then I want to, like, organize more meetings more with people I think that are, off in the right direction, like yourself or whatever it is. I need more like-minded people around me. So it's harder to do that when you're always at work, but at least you could choose a workplace that's got people more or less like you. So
I get you. That's dope.
Yeah.
Alright, I kind of want to answer the question now too.
Yeah, let's hear it. What are you gonna do with your time back?
If I got that time, I think I would definitely do a lot more stand up. I would definitely do a lot more open mics and just honestly investing a lot more time into that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'll take a hell of vacations.
Oh yeah.
Ton of vacations and
yeah, definitely seen those
with my girl and just I don't know, have that more time with my family, because like usually it's like we meet on the weekends, the family get together. I can't really do that now because I still work in retail.
Right.
So I have to always be there. So a lot of my time would free up and, like you said, just kind of just be around like-minded people and just kind of keep the thing going. And I mean, I definitely want to open up my own business one day, sooner or later. I mean, that takes fucking tons of work, but if I had time to free up, that's what I'd be doing with it. So that'd be pretty dope.
You can add that to my list too. Building the business. Focusing on that also a little bit less. Yeah. That's because, like you said, it's a lot of work, a lot of time. So I'm trying to, like, bite this elephant one bite at a time. You know what I mean?
One bite at a time.
I'm just doing one step at a time. I'm gonna master one thing, and it's so right now I'll just focus on Bitcoin and trading and whatnot. I like real estate. Get into that eventually too. But
love this.
I'm definitely open to the business idea of starting one too. It would just right now wouldn't be my main focus of income, mostly because it's the longest return on your investment to get, at least out of the ones I'm doing. So like, yeah,
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So my last question to you.
Yes.
So, I have this feeling that you're gonna make a lot of money one day.
All right.
Okay. And I usually ask people this: what would you do with your first $1 million, right?
Sure. Definitely. First thing I would do, I'll go ahead and do the traditional answer. I'm definitely going to buy myself a nice treat, just because you have to have a status car. It's not even for bragging, it's just for yourself, right? You got to have that piece of cake, and that's going to be probably GTR for me.
Okay.
I don't really care really what year, just something newer than 2015.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, that would be my baby. I would make it, it would be fast. It would be nice, yeah. I like that. That would just be the car that I always have in the garage to have something faster than that next guy, you know?
Gotcha.
But then the other ones I would always have fun. I always honestly still want to have a Z, like whether it's my current one or a 370 to build, because I like projects.
Yeah.
I don't really have the big taste for owning a bunch of supercars and like doing crazy stuff with them. I mean, maybe if the time comes, but like I'd rather mess with something that I can always play with every. After that though, I would probably still spread that wealth out like a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, put some for business, like opening up stuff. Probably real estate for sure is a good place to park it. Whatever assets at the time look good. I don't know how the stocks will look and stuff like that, but just it's all about like spreading your wealth out in stuff that's gonna be stable, volatile, whatever. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't want to hold like all cash or like cash is like, if you're just holding all cash, you're just guaranteed to lose money like every day. If you spread it out everywhere else, maybe sometimes you take a hit, sometimes you make a gain.
Yeah.
But at least you're not guaranteed a loss, right? So.
Big facts. I like it. It. Man, dude, you have been a good interview.
All
I
right.
appreciate you.
Cool.
Once again. I know everyone wants to see your car, and I know I want
Alright.
to take a ride in your car, so
We're gonna do that.
I would like to do that, bro. If you're down,
Let's do it.
let's do it. Let's get it.
We'll go to Mexico, so we don't get in trouble.
Yeah. All right, people, we're going for a ride. I'm very excited. It's my first time being in my boy's car. I've been asking him to drive me around for a while now, so let's do it.
We get to roll down in neutral because hills, you know.
Let's do it.
You've been in manual before?
No, bro.
Really? Okay, cool. Well, I'm okay at it, I guess. I think I got a nice place to go.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Nothing gonna be fun over here. Slowest part of the time.
So where are we going, bro?
We're in Mexico real quick.
Okay.
And, we're just gonna go catch the speed limit because we're not going with traffic flow, ready?
Right. Oh shit, yeah. Fuck yeah, bro.
For the viewers, that third gear grind though, yeah, I know it hurts.
I know it hurts me
It's
too.
broken, whatever.
Let's go, bro. Shit, I was not expecting that, bro.
I hate these streets.
Watch out, people. Coming through.
Oh, we got another one, bro. This one's fun.
Alright, let's do it. I'm ready. Oh, fuck yeah.
There's people there. We'll be nice. See this street though.
Oh yeah, this
There's that
shit's...
wall next to us, bro. Oh, but I don't want to fucking.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
nice to them.
We love cars, but we're still respectful, bro. I love it.
Get a little bit.
Holy shit. Let's go. This is the love. He's a fucking beast.
I'm not even tuned, and it just. It sounds pretty good today.